It has been 6.5 years since a Lexington mother lost her only son. 19-year-old Jesse Gamble was hit and killed by a drunk driver while riding his bicycle home from work over the Blossom Street Bridge back in 2008. The bike lane there is now named in his honor.
Through his death, Jesse saved the lives of 7 people. Last Monday, Jesse's mother met one of those people, and our Megan Norman went to Gainesville, Florida for that special meeting.
It was really incredible, and it was emotional for me just watching this mother meet the man who's been living with her son's heart. While there may never ever be closure to losing a child, there is something remarkable about hearing his heartbeat, knowing he gave life to 7 other people. And that is the message. The gift of life is powerful at any age.
To the family who donated the gift of life to me, words cannot express how much your gift of life has meant to me. Your gift of life has truly been a blessing. I hope your family will one day give me the opportunity to thank you in person. Sincerely, Henry.
For 6.5 years, these words were the closest Lynn Finley would be to the man living with her son's heart. Until now.
Hey,
Hi, Henry.
that. It's okay, darling. It's okay.
Henry and Lynn met at University of Florida Health in Gainesville. That's where Henry's heart transplant took place in 2008. At the time, he only knew his donor was a teenage trauma victim.
His name was Jesse Miller Gamble. Jesse was a very free spirit.
Right.
He was an artist.
His heart was in his artwork, his family, his friends. The 19-year-old wanted to be a high school art teacher.
He was working on that when the accident happened.
July 31st, 2008. Jesse was riding his bike home from work over the Blossom Street Bridge when he was hit by a drunk driver.
He had massive brain trauma.
Jesse's young life cut short, while Henry's hung in the balance.
I know that I was in bad shape because my heart was only functioning 15%.
Henry had an enlarged heart. He worked for 36 years with the Florida Department of Corrections, but had to retire because his heart and other organs were shutting down.
At that time, I was so low that I told the wife I might as well go ahead and sell my livestock I had on the farm and get rid of them because I wasn't able to take care of them.
64 years old at the time of the transplant.
I had no idea what I was fixing to face. Expect the worst, but hope for the best. That was all I could do, and pray to God that.
Now 70 and living a life that at one point he didn't think he'd have.
I've been able to do what I want to, go places and be with the family, and also enjoy the grandchildren, 3 sons. It's been amazing.
So for Henry,
Feel how strong that is right there.
his heartbeat is everything.
I can lay in the bed at night and I can feel it in my hands, just a pumping.
A comforting sound for Lynn to hear her son's heart.
Oh, wow, I hear it.
You hear it?
Yep. Being able to feel his heart beat in Henry and know that how strong it is, and know that that's exactly how Jesse was. He was a really strong-willed person. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Least I can do for what you've done for me.
Jesse made the decision to be an organ donor just a few years before his death.
And we actually had a long conversation about it, so I knew that he wanted to do that. So I'm so happy that you're doing well.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad he was a donor, but I hate the tragic accident.
I know.
New life and hope through the tragedy.
We're just going to be connected for the rest of the time, probably.
1, 2, and
I've told Henry he's going to live to be 100. I know it.
Well, this got to be devastating to you, honey. But
It is. It is. I miss him every day. I miss him every day. But I'll see him
But he
again.
still lives on
That's right.
through me.
That's right.
Okay.
Henry now calls Lynn his adoptive mother. And there really is so much that's miraculous about this story. Henry's youngest daughter, who is married with her own family, her name is Jessalyn, which ironically is a combination of Jesse and Lynn. And Jessalyn told me recently it is nice to finally put a face to her dad's heart.
How
Oh, Megan.
fantastic. How
I know,
fantastic.
it's incredible.
Wow.
Well, and
that's awesome.
to know that he, even at such a young age, had that conversation with his mother to be an organ donor, because that is so critical, you know, if this is really on your heart.
Right, and he really asked his mother, well, what does it mean? And they had a long conversation about it to
Yeah.
understand it, because it is a choice, but you can give the great gift of life by doing that.
And it's so important to note this one story is just one of 7,
Right.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, this man
Right.
received Jesse's heart,
Right.
but Jesse's organs
His lungs, his kidneys, both lungs, both kidneys, his pancreas, and his liver.
all went to
Wow.
other people to save their
Right.
lives.
And a
So
gift to their
powerful.
whole family, those grandchildren, his
Yes.
wife, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody just
And Lynn gets to share Jesse's story over and over and over again.
I loved when Lynn
Beautiful.
hugged him, knowing I'm hugging my
Right.
son
Right.
in a sense.
Right, she
Yeah.
could feel him.
Yeah,
sure
awesome.
she
Thank
could.
you so
Thank
much.
you,
All right,
Megan.
reasons to be an organ donor.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Sure.